Today's video is going to be short and sweet. We are going to take a look at a couple of interesting things that you didn't know about dopamine. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. This channel is about crushing addictions to modern day super stimuli, discovering interesting biohacks and smart self-improvement tricks. So subscribe right now and start leveling up in life. Number 1. Your brain remembers dopamine spikes relative to your baseline. Let's say that you are currently humming along with a dopamine baseline right here. Okay, so let's then say that you do something that you perceive as better than expected. Well, then you get a dopamine spike like this. Perhaps you are going to try a new donut at the cafe and you think that it's nothing spectacular, but then it turns out to be the best donut you have ever eaten in your entire life. Well, if it's better than expected, you get that big dopamine spike, and then that spike is then signaling to your brain that, hey, this place and this situation is important, so you need to remember this. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But here comes something really important. Remember how I have told you in my previous videos that you need to be a bit careful with escaping into low-value dopamine activities when you are feeling down? Well, here's the thing. If you are feeling low, then your baseline level of dopamine is a bit lower than normal right then. And if you then escape into, let's say, having 3 beers, then yes, you're going to get a dopamine spike. Well, here's the deal. Since your baseline was lower than normal, that relative spike is now going to be bigger than if you went for those beers when you were feeling better, like you can see on the graph. And remember, your brain is going to remember those big spikes in dopamine as something important, meaning you have to be a bit careful with using alcohol, junk food, adult sites, gambling, or any low-value dopamine activities when you are feeling low, simply because there's a bigger risk that you develop an addiction due to the fact that the relative spike in dopamine is going to be bigger in that state. And so your brain is going to interpret that activity in combination with your state and surrounding as something very significant. Yeah, now isn't that interesting? Number 2, novelty evokes dopamine release. Yes, this is why adult sites, social media, and the internet itself can be so addictive, because there's literally endless novelty out here. I mean, just think about it. How many of you would have any problems with addiction to adult websites if there, let's say, was only one site out there with only 10 video clips that never changed? If they would always stay the same and it would never be anything new out there. Well, after you've seen all those videos a few times, you would get so bored that you wouldn't even want to go there again. You would have no urges and no desire. This is why addiction to adult sites is not the same as a sex addiction. Because it's not just sex that makes adult sites so addictive. It is sex in combination with the endless novelty, and that you can then, with the click of a mouse, give yourself those dopamine spikes for each click you do. It is literally dopamine on demand with the click of a mouse. Alright, that's it for today. Consider subscribing for more interesting videos. And speaking of dopamine, if you're interested in how to optimize your levels in an easy way, then take a look at this video right here. As over there, I talk about something that is very effective for both your dopamine and testosterone levels at the same time. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Keep going and stay strong.